Hello everyone, today on ALifeLearned I'm going to be doing my very first YouTube tag. The lovely Anya from her channel Anya Cares tagged me for the Women on YouTube tag, so stick around to learn what that's all about and to see who I tagged in the end.
An idea
can escape.
Ideas are bulletproof.
So, for anyone who's been following me for a little while now, you might remember Anya from a collaboration we did together a little while ago, which you can see right up here, which was about loving yourself despite experiencing depression. She's got a lot of good things, so I would advise going and checking out her channel as well. But anyways, to get into the Women on YouTube tag, the first question was, when and why did you join YouTube, and how would you categorize your content style? So, I actually opened my channel as of November of 2014, but I couldn't work up the courage to post until mid-December of 2014. So that's just last year. I'm not quite a year old yet in terms of my YouTube age. And the reason I started it is because I've been through quite a bit of trauma, and I thought discussing this trauma might be therapeutic for me, and I also thought I might be able to help others working through similar struggles. And I've educated myself a lot throughout life as I've been being abused and things. I've stayed in school and I've continued pursuing education, and so I know a few things here or there, and I really like to continue researching, and so I like to make educational videos outside of mental health stuff, and with that I like to share information with as many people as I can. And so I wanted to start my channel mostly just to help educate people and provide support for whoever wants it. And in terms of how I would categorize my content, I think I would basically just call it educational vlogs, because I do a lot of mental health stuff and I am pretty focused in that area. But as I said, I like to branch out, and my main focus is educating people. And so yeah, I think I would call myself an educational videologger kind of thing, sort of, yeah. So the second question is, what are your dreams or goals for your future as a content creator? Are there any big projects you're working on or want to work on in the future? So my overall big dreams or goals with my channel is to try and get people in my local community more aware of the type of information that I'm trying to spread, and I would like to actually become a public speaker or a motivational speaker of some kind and go out and motivate my community and the people within Ontario and within Canada and eventually within the world to be the change they want to see in the world, and to better understand social and mental health stigmas, and just generally share education as much as I can in some sort of life coach or public speaker type fashion. So in general, I really hope to just spread awareness and education and make that into a career eventually. And in terms of projects, I don't know about big projects, but I do consider the political videos that I do exceptionally demanding. They require the most research and the most editing and everything. And so with that in mind, I do have another one planned coming up soon, which is taking a lot of my energy, and that's why I haven't done it yet, about what I think a real solution to the poverty issue within the first world is. I don't think constantly raising the minimum wage is going to help us. It's just constantly upping the ante so that inflation goes up with the minimum wage, and I don't think that's the answer. So in a few weeks, I intend to release a very intense video about this subject. Stick around and hopefully you'll get to see that. So the third question is, are there any unique challenges you have faced as a woman on this public internet platform, and how do you deal with them? I think I would have a somewhat similar issue to other people I've heard mention, in that my demographics are a little bit skewed. I seem to have a very heavily male demographic. Sometimes it's up to like 85% depending on the viewership of each month. Right now it's down to like 77 or maybe 75, which is like pretty low for me, but it's usually really high on the male level. And I would really like to just reach out to both genders equally. I want to provide support for everyone. I'm not focused on any particular gender. I'm more focused on subjects than gender-based stuff. So yeah, I want to try and even that out a little bit and try and get a few more women watching my videos, though I have come to learn that YouTube is actually just more male than female populated, but still, I would like to try and get more women watching my channel if I can. And then in terms of the male attention that I have been getting, a few issues have been somewhat unwanted sexual attention. I've never really made an effort to try to look exceptionally pretty with lots of makeup or really revealing clothing or anything like that, but I've had a few rather sexual and undesirable comments that I've basically just removed because I didn't feel that they were appropriate. And some of them were really trolly, like they were people that were just, they seemed to be out to try and hurt me, but in a really sexual manner, like very much from a male's perspective. So in that sense, a little bit of a challenge to deal with, but for the most part, I just notice them as trolls and mark them as spam. So moving on to the next question. Number 4 is, which of your videos has given you the greatest sense of satisfaction? And I think this would have to be my welfare video, where I discussed a silly little meme that seemed to try and demonstrate that those on welfare somehow earn more than those in the working class, and that's not true. Though honestly, I really want to do another welfare video because there's a few things about that video, considering it was like almost 6 months ago now, that I'm slightly embarrassed about, and I feel like I could do better now that I've learned a few things. So maybe I'll do that soon. But that is still one thing I'm really proud of, because there are people who are still on the system and suffering, and that video does really still provide them validation that they shouldn't be going through that, but they aren't alone in their suffering. And the other one that I'm really, really proud of is my cognitive dissonance video, because it was really hard to do, like really hard. That was about the only script I've ever done almost word for word, because the subject was just so intense to me, and trying to get the message across was incredibly difficult. It's a really fuzzy subject and it's hard to convey. So I was really, really proud of myself in the end, because I do feel like I kind of conveyed the idea I was trying to present to people. So moving on to the next question, number 5 is, what advice would you give another woman or girl on YouTube? And I think this is probably advice I would give anyone, but women as well, or girls, and that would be yourself. As much as you possibly can, be yourself. I actually struggle with this quite a bit out of fear of judgment and fear of what people might think. I edit the crap out of my videos, and I often redo things over and over and over, and I often don't get my personality into my videos nearly as much as I could or otherwise should. And I really feel like people do enjoy content the more personality and the more of you that you're able to get into it. So that would be my number 1 piece of advice for really anyone on YouTube, is try to get yourself into your videos. And then I guess when it comes to specifically gender-based like women advice, if you get any of those sexual comments that I was talking about before, just try not to take them personal. A lot of times people will just say things and not actually put any thought to it. So just mark it as spam and realize that it's not worth your energy or time to care about. Moving on to number 6, the question is, if your subscribers only walk away from your channel having absorbed one thing, what would you want it to be? Now, I thought this one was rather challenging because I'm all over the place in terms of the different subjects that I do, but I've come to realize that one of the main messages I really, really want people to get from my channel is that you are capable of change. You can make a huge influence on the world around you, and you can be the change you want to see in the world. That is completely possible. You just have to go and do it. And just a little tag on after that is that mental illness does not define you, and thus does not define whether you can or can't make that change. Anyone can make a huge change in their community and a huge change in their life, mental illness or not. Your illnesses do not define who you are. So moving on to number 7, the question is, who are 3 female YouTubers you would recommend your subscribers check out, and what do you admire about them? So I think the first one would be Kristen from her channel Like Kristen. She is an incredibly impressive person. I can't believe all the different things she's managing to do in life. Since her and I did a collaboration, which you can check out right here if you want, she has doubled her subscriber base, which is in my mind just absolutely amazing, because she's endlessly reaching out to people and always trying to provide support. She's a really positive person, and she shares her experience with everyone and really lets everyone feel that she's just a human being trying to go through life, but at the same time she cares, she wants to help, and she's here to offer information for anyone who wants to take it. She's actually studying therapy, and so she she's sharing a lot of really good education around mental health and mental health issues. So in that sense, I just think she's got a really positive attitude and really wonderful information to offer. So I highly suggest you check her out. And on a very same level, the second one I would suggest is Katie Morton. She's actually a registered therapist who has her own YouTube channel, but it's completely free. You can get all kinds of basically professional advice completely free. And I just think that in itself is utterly amazing. I mean, she does have her career on the side, of course, but at the same time, she's taking her personal time to help people who otherwise couldn't afford to get therapy, or for one reason or another can't seek therapy or help in some other way. And I just think that's so wonderful of her to share her knowledge and experience for free. And for that matter, I've just found that she's one of the most genuine people I've ever watched on YouTube. I mean, just the way she says hello when she first opens her videos, for example, you can really tell that she's happy to be there to talk to you and to share the information, and that she wants to help you, and that's just a great feeling to watch. So definitely check her out. And again, on a very similar note of mental health, the last person I would suggest checking out is Laura Lejeune. I hope I said that right. I'm pretty sure I said that right. But anyways, she's excellent. She's just so laid back and chill and down to earth, but at the same time really understanding of mental health issues. She's got her own stuff going on, but she's healed a lot and she shares that with other people, and I love how matter-of-fact she can be, and also how supportive she can be overall in her videos. So definitely go check her out as well. And the last question is actually, who do you tag? And this made me realize that I can tag more than the 3 people that I just suggested. So I obviously do tag those 3, Kristen, Katie, and Laura. I would love it if you guys could please do this YouTube tag, because you guys are just absolutely amazing women on YouTube, and I really feel you'd have a lot to offer in doing this tag. But also, I want to tag Angie from Angie Lupus Life. She is absolutely wonderful, and I think that she could be a great contribution to this tag, as well as Jamie from Jamie1982, and Lisa Emerald, and finally Natalie from You're Worth It. You guys are all absolutely wonderful ladies. I love the videos that you make. You guys offer so much support and information, and I just think it would be really great if you all partook in this wonderful Women on YouTube tag. So I hope to see you guys all do it. I will put all of your channel links below. Anyone interested, please check out all those different ladies' channels. They all have incredible things to offer, and they're very much worth your time. And just a little thank you to Anya for tagging me for this. This is the first YouTube tag I ever did, and I very much did enjoy it. So thank you, Anya. And please feel free to comment below about any female YouTubers you know about that you might like to share with others, or that you think I should check out. And as always, please join me again next week, where I try again to share a little something I've learned in life.